what we're now seeing is that the second Kyoto, coming after the report of the Intergovernmental Panel that basically says that it's more dire than we thought, the situation, and that we only have a few years by which we can do this. Two things. It wants much bigger cuts in greenhouse gas emissions, and it will really mean that that countries, there's no exception, will have to agree, and that the biggest greenhouse gas emitters will have to, in fact, have mandatory limits, mandatory requirements. The Bush administration, Canada, under Harper, and a number of other countries are trying to circumvent this at some point by saying that it's not going to work, we just need voluntary kind of limits. But voluntary really means that they don't want any kind of controls. And that this alliance that has now formed, called the Asia-Pacific Partnership, that includes China, India, the United States, Canada, is really what I would call a renegade coalition whose main purpose is to avoid mandatory limits and to spew greenhouse gases as they damn well please. And this is very dangerous, that the world cannot allow the Bush-led coalition to supplant the Kyoto process. And that's why the Bali meetings are going to be very important in terms of this being the UN process being the process by which action, global action on climate change needs to take place. People have now, accepted the fact, that climate change is a reality, and they've accepted its emergency character, and that in many ways they're ahead of their leaders. People have developed a consensus on the ground, and this is going to be really the important factor that will force their leaders to change. Well, I think December 8th is a great occasion. It shows, that, it's something that will be very similar to the February 15th anti-war march globally. And this will be the war against climate change, so to speak.